Good morning, everybody. I've announced my new channel down here at the bottom, so be sure and subscribe to it, my homestead channel. And today is Monday, people. Monday, the 11th of July. Monday. It was all I hoped it would be. I believe that was Mamas and Papas saying that. Because I don't know, but, you know, it's going to be one of them things. I'm going to jump in here and get my damn thing going. I noticed, I don't know why these other people, I see them, they go live. They'll go live all day and all night, and then they'll schedule another live stream right when I'm doing mine every day. I think it's kind of sorry. They need to step back and let other people take time and, do their streams and quit hogging up all so everybody can go to, you know, other people's streams, is what I'm saying. In other words, when they stay on alive all day and all night, you know, and then you go live. Well, nobody's going to come over because they're already going to be in these other channels that have been live all day and all night. No, I just think it's kind of sorry of the channel owners to do that. I see it happening a lot though. Around, especially in our community. I don't know. It's like they're not going to get enough views or something, and they're not even monetized channels. None of them are. They should step aside and let somebody else get an hour or two in every day. Kind of, hey, how you doing? Good to see you. I know. Yeah, yeah, I like Whittier. I used to always go there, but I haven't. I've been really busy lately. Hang on a second. I want to give you your wrench, honey. Yeah, yeah, I enjoyed it in there yesterday. Actually, I wasn't even sure till I got in there. I didn't know that was Sweetie till I got in there. I liked it because the name says Wiggy on it, and Wiggy's my little corgis, my little corgi dog's name. His name's Wiggy. Well, short for Wiggles, right? Oh yeah, no problem. Oh, that's good. That's good. Yeah. But anyway, yeah, I come in there and hung out for a long while yesterday. It was pretty interesting. Everybody seemed like they were pretty mellow, having a good time. That's the way we do in here. We try to anyway. Oh, every once in a while we'll get some asshat come in here, and acting up. We have to get them all calmed down. We pop them down, or and they calm down and go back to their mellow world. But that that's good. Yeah, that's what I usually do because I miss everybody's streams when they're live most of the time. Because either I'm asleep, because a lot of them go at night. You know what I'm saying? Uh, and I go to bed 10 o'clock at night, and I'm up early in the morning. I'm a morning coffee talk type stream. Beckers, yes, honey, it was me. I'm surprised I didn't say ass gasket. I usually say ass gasket, but I say ass hat a lot too. It's my favorite. It's my favorite bad words, I guess. I'm not big on saying bad words, but I like to say ass hat and ass gasket. How are you doing, Beckers? Oh, I'll be glad when tomorrow's over with, Beckers. Tomorrow's the day. But I still got to hang around here. Doctor appointment's not till the 20th. Yeah, today it says to stay out of the sun. The UV rays are bad today. And I'm already sunburnt to the point I got these water blisters all over me. I was going to go down. I wanted to go down to the lake this afternoon. I wanted to go yesterday. I was hoping my daughter would come over, but she got up and went to church, and I don't know. Then they did some other stuff. So, morning, Hogger. Good morning. Good morning. Oh, good. It's your Friday. Yeah, Fridays are good. Fridays are usually paydays for most people. Those are good days. Hey, Cat. Good morning, honey. Yeah, I got your text. I was sleeping. I got up in the middle of the night a couple times, having to go to the bathroom because but the swelling in my foot went down a little bit last night too. My foot's been really swollen, my left foot, and but it went down. It's not all the way down, but it went down a lot last night. So I don't know. I haven't been eating hardly anything though. And I've been drinking like a lot of water and stuff. I got my coffee. I got coffee right here and some cookies. I got coffee left from yesterday. Oh, that's great. That's great, Beckers. Good morning, Tracy. Have y'all met Magda? She's a sweetie. She's from Whitty's. She's from my friend Whitty's channel. Couple years. I don't even remember now. I met her everywhere actually, a long time ago, a couple years ago. Yeah, but I've been subscribed to her and following her for a long time. Hey, good morning, homegrown. Good to see you as well. Yep. Yeah, Beckers, y'all would like Magda and them from over there at Whitty's. Then crafty cat. Yeah, I didn't go over and visit zombies yesterday. I didn't get time. I went to bed early last night, but I should have went and visited zombies. So he didn't have but a few people in there. But I was tired. I climbed up in my van, laid down, went to sleep. I said, forget that shit. I'm tired. Cool. There's Beefy. Good morning, Beef. Yeah, that's what I need to do is go roll me a big fat hootie. Mhm. Hey, wait, Beefy. Damn it. Beefy, you got a wrench now. I'm sorry. I thought I gave you. Yesterday, I thought all day while you was in there, I thought you already had your wrench. I'm sorry, Beefy. Uh, I don't know why I call him. I should call you Andy, but I always call you Beefy, and I always have. So we're just going to keep calling you Beefy. But yeah, well, yeah, the swelling in my foot went down a little bit, Tracy. Not much, but it did go down some last night, which is weird. The other foot, the swelling went out of it. So I don't know. I think I've been on my feet too much lately. Too much walking, all that long walking and stuff I've been doing, going to the lake and all that jazz. And tomorrow's the thing, Tracy. So once I get that out of the way, then I can concentrate on getting some other stuff done. I still got my doctor. I can't leave yet. I still got my doctor appointment. I'm still stuck here. So I guess I'll be going down spending a lot of time at the lake. I may just go down there, in the mornings and stuff. Take a fishing pole maybe and go down there and video from the dock. I'm thinking about. I don't know. I'm sure y'all would probably rather look at the water and the dock and stuff than my stupid icon. Yeah, I told that chair I showed you, the lady at the that the lake gave me. I've been propping up in that, propping back and sitting in that chair. Misfit, don't be mean to her. May my mods will be they'll take you out if you get hateful at somebody's got a wrench now. They will. My mods won't take won't and I know who you are, Misfit hater. But anyway, yeah, behave so they don't be mean to you in here, Misfit, okay? Yes, I love my cat too. I love my cat. Definitely. And no, Magna's not terrifying. She's a sweetie. I don't know why you think she'd be terrified. Believe me, I'm terrifying, okay? I'm the one people should be afraid of. And Tracy Moore. Tracy Moore's a badass bitch too. Oh, and you ain't even met Nikki yet. Just wait. These girls in this room are bad motherfuckers, I can tell you. They bad to the fucking bone. Yeah, we are. I mean, I could tell, and Cat's a badass bitch, and I can tell you, damn straight, fucking Becker's is. Hey, that's why these men in here, they just sit back and watch. No, I don't know them. I'm sure it's somebody came with you, but I told them leave them alone unless they get bad and acting up. If they start treating you bad, though, take them out. If that's your prerogative. Oh, okay. Well, come back, Beefy, if you get time. Come if you get time, honey, come back. Hey, Dustin. Oh yeah, I'm about well as anybody can be, I guess. This Magda, you'll love it. All the girls in here, seriously, they're badasses. Kind of like you over at Whitty's. You know what I'm saying? Whitty's badass. That's why I always liked her, cause she badass too. All us badass bitches got to hang together. And it's odd that we all get along because usually women that are all badasses, a lot of times they don't get along, And but over here it seems like we all get along. We're like sisters glued at the hip. Oh, I love Witty. Witty. Wait till y'all meet. Maybe she'll come over one day. She's always busy doing her own thing though. She don't come over here. But if she ever does, I'll introduce y'all to her. I mean, she badass. Mm. And I forgot to drop my channel link too. Boom, there we go. Okay. My panel link, rather. It's cool here too, Trace. Yeah, Tracy. Uh, Sam, I think it was, trying to get come and do his. You know how he threatens people in a roundabout way, so it don't sound like he's threatening them. I said, Bubba, I said you better back on down. I said my ass will drive to Crescent City, and I got them big old knives Tracy gave me with me too, Bubba. I said my ass will show up. This ain't a scared bitch sitting here. Because I really don't give two fucks about him. I'd just soon stuff him in a garbage can and put the one in metal ones and put the lid on really tight, and then take a torch and then weld a bead of weld right around the lid of it so he can't get out, and just leave him in there forever. I would do that to him and just set him somewhere behind a house. I don't care. Take him down the road and put him down the road at his neighbor's house or something. Yeah, I told him, I said, I'd dice your fucking big fat ass like a goddamn potato chip, boy. You better get the fuck up out of here. I don't play. Anybody knows me knows I don't play. My kids will tell you I don't play. I don't mess around with that. That's why I just like I like to hang out with people, party with people, do all that shit. You know, But don't get up in my face with no bullshit, 'cause that's when I come unglued. And I've been itching for a fight lately. I've been itching. Huh? What happened? What the hell, misfit? Won't you leave that girl alone? I'm telling you, Miss. Hey, Magda. If you don't want that person in here, you're more than welcome to time them out and get them the hell out of here. Oh, good morning, Miranda. Yeah, I was trying to get a hold of you. No way, it's Botter. Botter. I love Botter. I didn't know Botter. I do. I love Botter. I'm gonna marry Botter one of these days, one of these years. I've been saving myself for Botter forever. Oh, I got proposed to other day on my live stream. I get married. I get proposed to or married at least once a week. But I've been saving myself for Botter. People, I know a lot of people don't like Botter, but I've always loved Botter. Always. I mean, forever and a year, I've always loved Botter. I don't know why. Oh, you were still working on your getting your camper rigged up there, Miranda. Yeah, I do. I got a stable full, Tracy. And the bad thing is they're all good looking too. Well, I just got to meet Pansy Wagon. I've been Magda. I've been trying to get out and meet some YouTubers. I met another really nice YouTube guy here recently. He's nice looking too, but he ain't never going to be nice looking as my botter. Anybody with a Guy Fawkes mask is a guy after my heart. I'm telling you. I got mine. I don't have it with me. I left it in my camper back in Oklahoma. I'm in Arkansas right now. But I know I miss my botter. Will you tell Botter, Misfit, if you see Botter, please tell Botter that I love him more than my luggage, okay? And y'all know how much I love my luggage. Oh yeah, he's a sweetheart. The transmission seal. Oh, well, I'm gonna have to get eventually I'm gonna have to get my front transmission seal replaced too. I tried to go to the shop, Miranda, and get it and have a garage replace it, and I was gonna pay them. And they tried to tell me, well, I've never heard of a front seal going out in the transmission before. And believe me, plenty of them do. I've had tons of them go out. Oh yeah, yeah. Good morning, Ms. B. Oh no, Noodles isn't jealous. Actually, he really does like Botter, and deep down inside, he always has. I mean, him and Botter was like the yin and yang. Um, I don't know how else to compare people that get along really well. Um, the yin and the yang. That's what I always thought of Botter because I love Noodles too. I do. Noodles has always been there for me, but so has Botter. So, you know. Well, you're lucky. Yeah, you're very lucky. I'm gonna have to find me a mechanic now, Tracy, since all this stuff's happened. And my mechanic's gone now. I got to get a new one because these mechanics aren't cheap. I think they're more expensive than hamburger meat nowadays. Yeah, I saw T last night. Terrible T, rat face. But do you love Botter more than your luggage? I do. I do. I love Botter. Botter's Botter's probably one of the most intelligent guys I think him and Noodles both that I'd met in a while. But they're intelligent in different fields, if that makes sense. You know, Botter's intelligent in his world, but then Noodles is my gun expert, okay? Botter's my computer expert. Everybody's highly intelligent in their own little field usually. I know, yeah, and he's not able to do stuff anymore, Tracy. I know that. Oh, did they? But that's okay. Welcome to hell, rat face. Yeah, uh, it gets that way sometimes. Like I said, my channel is, I mean, we get a lot of guys that come in here, but most of them they don't got to do nothing, man, because the girls in here they just waylay the shit out of people, if they ain't right, because we like to kid and cut up and tease men about their small penises and stuff like that. Me too, rat face. I go to man, I'm around in every kind of community there is. I mean, I go to the drama community. I go Slab City community, which is this one I'm in right here now. But I go to the cannabis community, the homesteading community. I go to the freaking crochet community. I'm not kidding y'all. But the cooking community, the what is it? The one that does where they buy stuff and then they show what they bought. I go to that community. I go to all kinds of stuff. But oh, you won't like those leather seats, Miranda. Yeah, well, I know she doesn't stream very often, or that's why I didn't see her because I would have been coming in more often. But Miranda, leather, it's believe me, it'll sweat you to death sitting on it. It'll freeze you to death in the winter. It'll burn you up in the summer. I'd put some seat covers on it. I'm just telling you. Leather's okay for the looks, but cover that shit up with some seat covers. Yeah, David Belos. He plays music, Rat Face. Yeah, I know who David is. I'm sub to him too. He actually has some pretty good there's a lot of really good musicians. I forgot about the musician community. This community here is full of musicians. We've got a lot of really good musicians, but they don't do a music channel, you know. I can't play music. Every time I play, hell, if I play Ring Around the Rosies, I get a damn warning playing somebody's music. Yeah, I'm still sub to I just don't. I get over there. I just don't get time. I've got over 2,000 subs now, and by the time I make my rounds, see, I do my stream in the morning. So during the day and at night, I make my rounds, around people's community, and sometimes I'll get on a panel, and I get tied up on there for a couple hours or so, and but I get around. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Shoot. Hey, when my seat cover, mine are blue leather because the old school blue. Mine's the original seats in my van. I got a seat cover on it. And but when that seat cover isn't on there, I go to jump in my van. I burn my ass cheeks. I'm not kidding. What kind of uh, big glass van that I travel in? I left my camper in Oklahoma. That's one of my resting spots I go to. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Magda. I go where the people that I like and I know are at, you know, and that's why I liked Witty's because I went in there, I saw people in there I knew. No, you're not timed out, Miss B. Hey, and is that or did you buy that RV for me? Oh, you're okay now. Anyway, did you buy that RV for me? Oh, I don't want no big one. No, no, I don't want no big ass RV. That's why you got it cheap. That's why you got seriously. I had a bus, a 5-ton school bus that I'd already converted it. I lived in it. It had a complete full kitchen with a dishwasher and a washer and a dryer. I had everything in there, heat and air. I called it central heat and air. It was in one unit, you know. Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, Hoggers are he's our what do you call it? Like our security guard. Hogger and Willy Wonka. Yeah, there are security guards in here. They take care of us. But that's why you're going to get those bigger RVs for much cheaper monies nowadays due to the gas prices and plus the tires. Yeah, did that one have split rims on it? Because if it had split rims on it, it's going to cost you for tires. You know what I mean? There's Willie. Hey, Willie. Yeah, Willie and Hogger, they're kind of like my security guards in there. They look after us. Um, but seriously, that's why those buses and big RVs, uh, they're people are going to be letting them go like dirt cheap. I want an RV, but I don't want a big RV. I want a like a medium to a small to a medium size. I don't need a big RV, but I am still looking for one. Oh, that's no Magna's my friend, Willie. Seriously, no Magna's my friend. Please, y'all please be nice to Magna. She doesn't know how we operate over here. She'll be good. Y'all just please be nice to her. I like Magna, and when Whitty comes over here, please be nice to her too. Okay, because she'll come over eventually when she gets time. I hadn't seen these girls in forever, and I miss them. Y'all will like them once you get to know them. Okay. Oh, I'm sorry, Willie. I thought you. Yeah, I was gonna say because Magda's a really, really nice lady. She really is. And so is my friend Whitty. Honey, there's my honey. Oh, I've heard of that neem oil. Hey, does that neem oil does it work pretty good, um, Magda? I've heard somebody was telling me about that for the leaves. You rub that on the leaves, I believe. Hey, Coro. There's a Coro's the eye candy of the room. I'm serious. That neem is really a lot of people in here would probably they probably don't even know what it is. But yeah. Well, you have to do it's just like putting stuff on your skin. One application ain't gonna make you beautiful. You know, you got to use it 3 or 4 times. See, I use bio oil on my skin and that keeps your wrinkles away. Keeps you from getting looking like you're really old when you're already really old and you know, you want to look younger. But yeah, and oh yeah, he collects rocks, gems from the beach there he lives, and then he goes and polishes them up and cuts them and cleans them and makes jewelry and things out of them. And That was a good price for that RV. Why do you get ready to put them tires and rims on it? Huh? That's gonna cost you for that as it did for the RV, and I'm not exaggerating. Honey, but oh, catch up, baby. You disappeared on me. Come back. Come back. Oh, okay. There, I fixed it. Yeah. I was pulling them up, and they disappeared. I don't. My eyes ain't all the way open. I don't think I hit the wrong button. But come back. Come back. Yeah, all your house plants pretty much, Magda. Actually, I figured. I think. Okay, let me see. There you are. All right. There you go. Sorry about that. I put you up here and I clicked you and I looked and you weren't there and I went, I'm half asleep. Maybe I clicked the wrong thing, you know. My eyes ain't
N-
even open. I'm
No,
not
sweetie,
kidding.
it wouldn't use me. I wasn't connecting right, so I had to go out and come in again.
Yeah, no, it's just been StreamYard's been doing that lately, and I've noticed certain people's streams I go in and their panels. Um, Man, my phone gets hot, and I just sit in robot. You can't even say anything. I don't know what's going on, but it only happens in certain people's channel. It's
Yeah.
weird.
I mean, I was on stream last night and we got hacked.
That's what I'm saying. That's like what I'm talking about. I think it's the ones I'm talking about are the ones that somebody's got into. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And they don't know how to fix it. They got to actually restart their device to get to fix it.
Well, that's what we ended up having to do. We ended up having to shut the stream down and start it back up.
Well, that's you have to actually restart the device because if there's something or somebody that's in there that's came in and messed with your shit, you have to stop. You have to just restart your whole freaking. I don't shut the stream down. I could restart my device and come right back in. I just leave it. I just leave it going. Restart my device and come right back. It doesn't go away.
Anyway, how you been?
Uh, Jack White wants to know if you're Bobby McNutt's brother. I don't know Bobby McNutt, but
Never heard of him.
I think everybody's got a twin. They say though,
I feel sorry for the son of a bitch that looks like me.
or me.
Nope, sorry.
But I haven't even combed my hair, y'all. My ponytail's cockeyed, hanging over the side of my head, falling in my face. But I've got a later on. I'm going to get a shower. There was something else. I got to pull my hood today, and I've got to put. In fact, I probably am going to have to go to the dollar store. I need oil and stuff. You know what I mean? Your little stuff you put in your vehicle. I need a
Right.
thing of antifreeze. So if anybody wants to cash at me some, I got to get a gallon of antifreeze and a quart of oil, and then I can come back here and let it cool down while I'm getting taking my shower and doing all that stuff, and then I can come pull the hood and put check all the fluids.
Morning, Tracy. I
I've
appreciate it.
still got some. I've still got a little bit of windshield washer fluid. I don't need that today, but no, my thermostat did that again. Every once in just about every 3 or 4 months, it's like it's fucking haunted. It'll when I stop somewhere, it'll spew out a little bit of water, and then I have to uh start it up again, and it'll quit spewing, and then turn it back off and it quits spewing. Okay, if this makes,
Well,
I know this sounds weird. That's why I say it's haunted. It's a brand
whoa,
new
whoa, whoa,
thermostat.
whoa, whoa. Hang on a minute. Hang on a minute. Where's it spewing from?
It looks like it's coming from the thermostat from looking up under, looking under it where the spew's coming from.
Are you sure it's not coming from the overflow?
No, the overflow's over on the driver's side, and this is coming from like right there toward the center where the thermostat is. But like I said, I put a new thermostat. I put a new radiator cap. Um, I even refixed the hose to the overflow bottle. I put a new water pump. I put all new hoses, a new clamps. I put all the shit on new before I when I first hit the road last year.
It just sounds to me like it's just pushing overflow out.
It, it only
I mean,
does it
I
only
could be
does it
wrong.
ever. Well, it's been really super duper hot, triple digit hot here lately.
Right,
But I mean,
right,
it don't
exactly.
usually do that. But like, it'll do it. Like I said, it'll do it about every 3 or 4 months. That's how often it does it. Once every 3 or 4 months. But then when it does, it burns out a little bit of oil. It'll burn out a little bit of transmission fluid. I got a gallon of transmission fluid, but I need a quart of oil and I need some antifreeze to go back because I lost about a gallon of water. So I'm gonna put a gallon of antifreeze back in it because it needs that antifreeze. That's probably what it needs. Maybe it just needs some more antifreeze back in it.
Honey, I love your concern. I really do. She always worries about my breathing. She says I smoke too much, and I do. But you know,
That's
screw it.
okay. I
Got to
smoke like a
die
broke
something.
stove.
Got to die something. So
There's Happy. Good morning, Happy. I'm gonna drop the link again, see, because Happy might want to come up and talk to us. Um.
uh, what I done was I just
Oh, I know.
went back in the chat and found your link. It's what I always do.
Yeah. Yeah. Usually it's in. I do it periodically so that it's by the time it scrolls its way out of the chat. I try to drop it again if I can remember, so that it's
Right.
always in there somewhere where people can see it. But here's the thing. I figured out to not put it on the hmm, anyway, to not put it on my title or my thing in my video. Up, you're up, honey. Sorry about that. I forgot to tell you. I was trying to say something. But anyway, I don't put it in my description because people like Tally have been going around and looking at these channels and just looking for the link that people have their link posted up there on their thing, right out front. And he goes in
Right.
there and harasses people's channels, porn bombs them all kind. That's how you get your porn bombers. Most of them, believe it or not, is because you put your channel link right out there on the front screen, or you'll what do they call that when you advertise you're going to go live, few hours before you go live, and then you got the link to your StreamYard right in there with it. That's where they get all this stuff.
That's a schedule.
A schedule, yeah. But that's where these the trolls that come in, that's where they get it from. Um, and that's when they come in. And as soon as you come in, you get porn bombed and shit.
Yeah. Some people just don't have anything else better to do. Their life is so pathetic. That's all they got. So it
Oh,
is
Good
you're
what it
not going to
is.
morning.
drive it. Good. Anyway, good. Yeah, good morning, Happy. Well, I was going to answer Ms. B down there because here's the thing. The reason that people are selling a lot of them older RVs and them buses so cheaply now is because the DOT, the Department of Transportation, has outlawed split rims, which is what I call widowmakers, and they did it
They're called
right
they're
after I
called
bought
date
my school bus. They outlawed them years ago. Okay,
yeah,
in other
they're
words, you
called
can't take
Dayton
them on the
rims.
highway. So you gotta buy new rims, not just new tires. You gotta get new rims too, and that is costly. especially when you're buying at least 6 to 8 or more of them.
Well, dating rims need to be outlawed. They're dangerous as hell. So, as
Yeah, I'm
somebody
just
who's
saying
driven a truck
though.
with them on
I'm
it,
just telling people that are buying this stuff. See, people are unaware. They go out and they buy this RV or this bus and they go, "Oh, I got a hell of a deal." Well, yes, you did, but you ain't even begin to look yet till you got to go replace them rims and them tires. See, I've done. If there's a problem with RV travel and camping life shit, I've done ran into it. Believe me,
Stella, I don't like to buy tires. You want to
ma'am.
know why? The last 4 vehicles I have owned, every time I have bought new tires within a month, the car has died.
No way. I've every time I buy a used vehicle, this one I bought this van like 4 years ago. I put brand new tires on it and they still look brand new, although I do drive them. But I
Well,
bought
I
really
bought
good tires with good heavy sidewalls, you know what I mean?
I bought my Forester that I
I
have
even
now
buy a brand
used.
new spare.
I,
I did it
I
for
bought my
I bought it
Forester
for my camper
used
too.
from the dealership, so it came with new tires on it. And I drove it. It's been 3 years, and I needed new tires, so I went and put new tires. And a week later, the engine blew. When I had my Blazer, I put new tires on my Blazer, and it was like 2 weeks later the engine blew. I put new
Well, I'm gonna
tires
tell.
on my
Listen,
daughter's car that was in my name, and her
I
engine
gave
blew. I
I
put new
gave my
tires.
daughter a '96 Ford. It was about like this. It wasn't the cargo van. It was the XL minivan, just the extra long one. And I mean, had nothing wrong with it. It was nice, beautiful green color. It didn't have no dents or bangs or nothing. It was shiny, pretty. And I put about $5,000 worth of work in it. I mean, everything, brakes, tune up, maintenance, everything was done on it. She took it, traded it for one of them uh, that Jeep thing or whatever, uh, like he's talking about. And then it's all she did was keep that thing in the shop. It stayed in the shop more than she got to drive it.
well, if
Well,
it's a Jeep, I believe that.
my car this time, it was a manufacturer defect. It turned out to be on the small block. Um, we had to rebuild this car after the first 6 months. We had to rebuild the
Well,
engine.
believe it or not, listen, I don't care how old the vehicle is. If you find stuff wrong with it, and I always go back and look, because I've gotten a lot of stuff repaired on that '96 done free, due to the fact that you know recalls, factory recall
So
shit.
let me tell you this story, Stella, real quick.
Okay.
My Forester, the engine blew after 6 months. I took it in. They refused to honor the warranty, so I took it to another shop who did, and we rebuilt the engine. About
Mhm.
a month ago now, I blew the engine again on it, and I took it in. So I did some research, and it turns out there was a class action lawsuit on a set of VIN numbers for the small block having a manufacturer defect that it overconsumes oil. So even if you keep rebuilding, it's going to keep blowing the engine. And they still wanted to charge me $13,700 to rebuild my engine and didn't want to tell me that if I didn't replace the small block, I'd be rebuilding it again in a few years.
Hmm. Well, I know
And because
Ford.
it was past the date of the lawsuit, they won't replace my engine even though they should have.
Ford's
I
the
know
world's
Ford
worst
there,
about honoring their
from the,
shit.
I
It's not
think
So,
a
from
Ford. It's a
2000
it's a Subaru
on.
Forester.
No,
uh,
Ford has a problem with the transmission. There's a sleeve that goes in where the torque converter is. I think it goes into the transmission, and it's made out of some kind of really thin, like aluminum metal. And they're defective. Them bitches, and they'll start losing transmission fluid, you know. And I mean, and people don't think to go look for these recalls because I'm telling you, they can save you a lot of
Well,
money.
this one
Uh,
this one was an
I've
actual
still got to
class
take that
action
minivan of mine
lawsuit,
to get the
Stella.
rear, the tailgate seat. There's a latch on it that's defective from the factory, right? And I still haven't took it and got that latch fixed.
This one was a class action lawsuit, and I still think they should replace my engine. And if I wanted to go get a lawyer, I probably could push the issue. But it's just it's either pay the shop to fix it or pay the lawyer. Either way, I'm fucked.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Goff. Yeah. But a lot of
Get a
people don't
lawyer, take it on
know to go
contingency.
when they buy a used vehicle. And that's one of the first things I do is, and believe it or not, you can call the Ford place, the Ford, and give them your VIN number, and they can look up your vehicle and tell you everything that's been fixed on a factory recall. They can tell you every little piece. And if nothing's been fixed, they can tell you. And then you go look for the recall list, okay?
Yeah, it
And
wasn't a
then
recall. We did
it's like
check the
this
recalls.
96. I can
We
still
did
get
check the
stuff fixed
recalls. It
on it
wasn't a
on
recall.
recall stuff.
It wasn't a recall,
I'm
Stella. It was.
going to tell the chat recall, always check for recall stuff. Because if you got to buy a used vehicle and it's got a problem, you're buying because that's the it could be something you could fix for free. It's going to cost you a leg to pay, you know, to get fixed. If you
I
just
wish
Stella,
it was a
actually
recall. I
recall,
wish it was a recall.
Stella, I'm gonna head on out. I
yeah.
just stopped in for a minute to say hey and let you know that I subbed your new channel.
Oh well, thank you very very much. I love you, Mister.
So so I love you too. I seen where you put it up the other day. About your new channel, so I went on ahead and subbed it.
Yeah. I'm just trying to get it built up, but then by the time I get ready to live stream on it, I'll already have enough people in there to do it.
Right.
I'm
So
just
anyway,
building. I'm just
ladies,
building it now. I'm not using it right
y'all,
now. I'm just building it.
yeah,
That's what I
y'all
do.
have a great day. I got to get
Okay.
out here and
Yeah.
Good to see you,
try
sick and
to.
tired.
That's good seeing you. Try to get two nickels to rub together. Y'all have a great one.
Okay. You too, honey. Good day.
No,
Hey,
no.
T. T's and taken by bacon. That's my T. Terrible T. She's another good friend. They ought
All
to
right,
recall
ladies.
them damn
Y'all have a good day.
Foresters if they engine block ain't no good. Well, if they're on a factory, I don't know how they even get on a factory recall list. I didn't research anything back that far to figure out how to get something on a factory recall. I guess it's got to have a maybe they got to have so many. You think, Happy, that have the same problem
So
before
what
they put it on a
with
factory
the
recall list?
recall? With the
Yeah,
recall, the factory has to recognize the problem. There's generally at least one lawsuit involving the problem, and then they do a recall.
right.
Um,
That's
the
what
thing
I
is,
don't.
like
That's
with
what I
my
didn't know how it got
situation,
there to begin with. But
Subaru never issued a recall because what ended up happening was a bunch of owners got together and sued them. It was a class action lawsuit. So
yeah,
they never issued a recall on it. All they did was there was an order of the court that if someone brought in one of those engines with that problem, they were to replace it if it was under 100,000 miles. So I took my car in the first time at 89,000 miles. It should have been replaced, and they charged me to rebuild it instead. But because I took it to an aftermarket shop and not the dealership, I
right.
don't know if I could force the issue now.
No, you have to get the recalls have to be done at the dealership
Well, it wasn't a
due to
recall,
the fact
Stella.
they I know, I'm just saying. I'm letting these people know you can't just take it to your local garage and get these recalls done. You have to take it to the like if it's a Ford, you got to take it to the Ford dealership, whatever. And there's a reason for that because they actually keep a record of your vehicle in their computer system, all the factory recall stuff that's been replaced on it. That's why I said you can call them up on the phone and give them your VIN number, and they'll tell you anything and everything that's been replaced during a factory recall. Okay.
Well, taken, you say no warranty, but the reason I took it to another mechanic was because the dealership wouldn't honor the warranty that they sold me when I bought the car. So I took it to a mechanic that would honor the warranty they sold me when I bought the car. because I bought the car used, but we bought one of those aftermarket warranties when we
Yeah.
purchased the car.
Well, that when I
And
bought that minivan, it came with I forget, it was a 6 month, uh,
yeah, and
so many mile warranty.
the
Uh,
Subaru dealer would not even honor the warranty that they sold me, Stella.
no way.
I
I'd have sued
swear to
the fuck
God.
out. I'd have sued the fuck out of them. That's what I'm saying, though. I'm big on going to court and suing places like that because, you know,
I gotta
you
read
get
this,
you get
Stella.
tired of
I
getting
gotta read
looking good
this.
after a while, you know.
I gotta read this. El Coro says, I happen to like my head gasket being blown.
Regularly. He put the regularly in there. Old Randall. Is that you, Randall? That's I think that's my Randall. Randall, is that you? Is it just a different name? So I want to give him his wrench if it is. Oh yeah, they're expensive on anything on car stuff now. I was gonna go get those air shocks put on. They wanted, as a matter of fact, they wanted over $100 to change that damn thermostat.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with mechanics per se. My late husband was automotive technician for over 20 years before he passed. He was ASE master certified GM technician, Goodwrench, Mr. Goodwrench
Yeah,
technician. He had all the accolades. He was really good at it. And I respect a good mechanic. But what I found in my experience is if I show up to the shop, I get one story. If my partner shows up to the shop with my car, he gets a different story. And it pisses me off because his story costs like, a couple $100 and mine, they want a few thousand.
yep. Oh, I'm always on the few thousand list. I can't get by on nothing cheap. Hey, Liz. Hey, Randall. I think you're my friend Randall, with a different name, but I gave you a wrench just in case because I think you are my Randall. I hadn't seen Randall in a while. Don't know where he went. Have you met Randall before? He's a really nice fella. He plays guitar. Badass guitarist. Badass.
I don't
I mean, bad to
recognize the
the
name.
bone ass.
I'll have to
Well, he's
use the
changed it.
go-to
He's
channel
it's
and
old.
sub
That's
him when
why
I
this
get
is
down.
old Randall McCoy now, but I think it's my Randall. I think it's my friend Randall. I only know
And
you and Randall
again, I have
on
to read El
YouTube.
Coro, Stella. Again, I have to read El Coro because it's awesome. And who doesn't like a proper lube job?
Oh my God, I read that wrong. My eyes open. I thought it said, "Who doesn't like a pooper lube?" Ah, where are we? I gotta get my eyes awake, you guys. They're not even half open yet, and I'm half past reading. Oh, okay. So that is my Randall. Okay, good deal. Man, he plays. You got to hear him play guitar. Oh, he is. We got a lot of good musicians in our community here. We really do. But I'm telling you, hey, Randall's got magic with them fingers of his. But sometimes he plays a lot, and your fingertips will get sore. And sometimes he don't always feel like coming up here playing, when I want him to. So when he feels like playing, he'll come up here one day and play us a song.
I got to make some time to
Oh,
practice. I haven't practiced my flute or my keyboard in, God, it's been over a month.
oh yeah. Well, we love you over here, Randall. You know that. We love Coro and Randall. Yeah. I wish Magna would have hung around with us. I wanted her to meet everybody when they came in. She had stuff she had to go do today, I guess. Because when Whitty comes in, I'm going to introduce y'all to Whitty too. Whitty's a super, super cool lady. Hey, I finally hit over 2,000 subscribers, Coro. Finally, finally, finally. They kept sitting there dilly dallying me. I'd get close, and then it would take. I was within 12, okay, subscribers hitting 2K, and then next thing you know, then it went up to 30, then it went back to 20, and it kept going back and forth forever. And the last week I had no service because we were out that lake. Remember, uh, uh, Nikki. Anyway, we had no internet, so I couldn't even come in YouTube at all. And after I came back after 6 days of no internet, bam, there I had like freaking. I made like I don't know, had like 70 new subscribers or some shit. I don't know, I had a lot. Oh, thank you, Trace. Thank you, Coro.
Yeah, I watched Pot Never Boils, Stella.
I know, but I wouldn't. As though I was going to say, because I kept waiting for it to get to that 2,000 mark, so I could get my bragging rights in. But and
You had to walk
it just
away.
kept going. It just kept going
You had
backward,
to
not
walk away. I
forward.
watched Pot Never Boils.
And then, while I was all 6 days, I was out there. No, well, no. I mean, I couldn't even come in and even watch a chat in YouTube, much less make it do a stream. I was going to try, but we had no service whatsoever. When that emergency happened, we had no service, none, 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 none.
I'm actually kind of glad you didn't, Stella. I think that the situation might have been something it was better not live streamed.
I would have probably been live streaming. I probably would
Yeah,
have
you,
been.
you would have been. I know you, and I personally believe it's a situation that may have been better
'Cause
not live
I
streamed. So
had
maybe
skill
the
behind it.
spirits were
I
looking out for
planned
you,
this
sister.
a lot. Well, somebody was, but uh, um, oh, thank you, Trace. Thank you, honey. I love you. Tracy, she's like my sister. She is. She's really sweet. She's sweet. But thank you so much.
Is it me, Stella, or are you roboting, honey?
It's me. Just tell me when I am. I don't. Okay, let me explain to you what's going on. Let me fix it first. Hang on.
I'll read some chats and
The
stuff while you're
network.
getting
It's
it. Oh, it's the
ATT.
network.
Okay. No, yes. It's like right now, it's up there saying 5G. And that's what causes me to robot. 5G is fighting with 4G LTE to gain power over the network. And it's been doing that since I've been back here in Arkansas. Ever since. It doesn't do it at all when I'm in Oklahoma. I don't have
Now, you were
5G here.
saying this. You were saying this yesterday, and we were trying to help you figure out how to set your
Yeah,
settings to pick your
yeah,
network.
but there is none in this phone. None, none. Believe me, I done been through every setting in this freaking phone. And the only way I can fix it to stop it from doing that, I got a way I go in there and fix my sound temporarily while I'm streaming. But the only way to stop that is to go in there. Instead of restarting the phone every time, I go turn it on airplane mode on and then back off, and then that will put it right back on 4G LTE where it's supposed to be, right? No, I had to get a new phone last time because it did this, and I'm fixing to go tomorrow. I'm gonna leave early to go to that thing, and it's tomorrow. 2 to 4 tomorrow. I'm gonna go early. I'm gonna go by ATT, and I'm going over there, and I'm gonna make them give me a new freaking phone.
In my experience, they won't give you a new phone at the store. What they'll tell you to do is send it in through the insurance carrier and pay the
That's probably what I'm gonna
deductible.
have to do. I had to do that before. Send it to Samsung.
Yeah, that's
And
that's
that's why I've got this old. I've got a old one of them old Galaxy S11s. It's not really a very good big phone, but I take my SIM card and stick it in that one while I wait for the new one to come in. Yeah.
so I have a drama bitch. Can I share?
A what?
A drama bitch, like
Oh,
something to
great.
bitch
Yeah,
about
sure.
that will probably create drama.
Oh, good. Yeah, sure. Of course.
So yesterday I was at Crafty Cats, love her so much, and she was having a great panel. She had both ASMR and PDF up, and several other people, and these people were actually being allowed to go at each other with nobody being able to mute the other one or kick the other one, which was kind of like fair. So it was nice. And Ms. B was in the chats, and she comes at me saying that we all expect her to control PDF, and everybody like is hating on her. She includes me in this over PDF. But then she said something in chats yesterday to a recovering addict that made it even more clear why she should realize people don't dislike her behavior as related to PDF. They dislike her personal behavior. I mean, how do you tell a recovering addict to go get high? Somebody
Yep.
who's only got a couple of months sober, and you're going to tell them, oh, just go get high. You're just a fucking junkie anyway. I mean,
Yep.
when
They
you
need to
know
they
that
need
they're
to check themselves in the freaking rehab.
when you know that you're doing good, this person has sobriety. She's been doing
Oh,
great.
okay.
She just got her I think it was 60-day chip. She's
Oh,
doing really great.
that's good.
And then to tell them go get high, you're just a junkie in the chat. Like, what kind of a person does that?
Somebody that's very mean and vile and evil, especially if they're actually trying and they've got their sobriety under belt and all that.
Well, she's
But
this person is
I've seen
literally
that
Miss
same
B's
thing
has
happen over here before though.
yeah, but she's
Um,
literally come up and attacked me on panels saying that I expect her to control PDF. And what she doesn't understand is when I do talk about Miss B's, and I am today, it's her behavior, not her
yeah,
controlling PDF. Nobody can control PDF
nobody
but
can
PDF.
control anyone. Period.
PDF is the only person who can control him. I
That's
just
right.
would expect someone like Miss B's, being a lady, not to speak ill of people's children, and be claiming to be classy. You would think she wouldn't try to
Well,
push.
especially being an older lady
Yeah,
with children. See, that's what I tell them, man. Y'all can fight all day long, but please leave people's children and dead relatives out of it. They ain't got nothing to do with none of this.
right.
I mean, and I
There's
ask them really nicely.
but there's a line where it's not about people wanting someone to control someone else's behavior, where they have to accept it's their own behavior that's out of line. Because I'm sorry, she keeps coming at me saying that I talk about her all the time, which I don't. I do talk about her when she says
Well, can
stupid
I
shit
ask a
like,
question? Remember she did that lawsuit or something? Remember that paper thing she wrote out and
so supposedly she still is in the process of suing Wolverine.
yeah, that's what Wolverine. Okay, yeah, I couldn't. I mean, I always still want to. For some reason, I still want to call him Nub. Because I've heard PDF call him Nub for so long, it's still stuck in my brain. But yeah, that's the one I'm talking about. She's still going through all that.
That's my most recent understanding from her public statements when other people have used the word that she's suing him over.
Hmm.
She won't stay anywhere if someone uses the N word, even if it's with the A, like Joe Cool likes to do, because it will
Right.
undermine her lawsuit.
Well, I don't know if you know King Troll, but he's a black fella, and he says the one with the mellow A on it too.
Oh, I
You
love
know.
King Troll.
Yeah, he says my nigga. That kind of thing.
Yeah, that's
That's
what I mean. But even
right.
that she takes offense to now because it will
No,
undermine her lawsuit, she said.
no, it's not. That's not being racist unless you're saying it with the hard R's or whatever, or you know, because that's the way brotherly love, whatever. I mean, that's just the way they talk to each other. I've lived in the hoods, and they don't mean nothing by it. Because believe me, if they did, there'd be a shootout or a fight.
Well, and
you know.
it's not even just brotherly love, it's vernacular. Like It's the inflection that
That
you
too. Yes,
use
it's
when you
also
use the word.
vernacular. Yes.
It's all about context, and that's the thing though, is like a lot of people don't realize about their words that the context matters. But I wanted
Yeah.
to, draw your attention to your chats because I know you like to keep
Yeah,
up with them,
I'm reading it. Yeah, I
and
sit
they're
here and
talking
read it.
about a dolphin. Did you help it back out into the deeper waters, Ozzy? I just curious if she got it back out into deeper waters because
Did you see that? Did you all see that one where that shark, I guess it was a shark, had a hold of that girl, was chewing on her brother, managed to get her out of that shark. I think it was a shark's mouth, one of them ocean creatures, and her brother saved her. Oh, it's big. It's been all
oh
over YouTube. It was some younger girl to, like teenager or something, but her brother saved her.
oh
Okay, Shockwave. Thank you, baby. Let me make sure. I got to check, make sure I gave Shockwave their. I think they got a wrench. Let me look and see. Try to check when people come in because I had to take them and then give them back because of it. Yeah, they got it. Okay.
I don't I don't
Yep.
like the ocean still. I don't it's too big. It stinks. There's all kinds of scary stuff in it.
Yeah,
I
but
live in a
what I
landlocked
like
state
is to go
and
lay on the edge of the beach, and I like those ocean waves just to
ugh,
flop over
it's
me and push me in and out of the water.
I
That's
hate
kind
the
of weird.
sand. I totally hate the sand. The way it feels on me. Ugh.
But yeah, see, that's what happens to them, though, Liz. Those big creatures like that, they're supposed to be out in the deeper water, but they eventually get washed in to shallow waters. And that's what the rescue people are supposed to do is get them and take them back out to the deeper water. It's not their fault they get washed in. They didn't come in intentionally to, whatever, bite people, eat people up, or all that. It's like the whales and maybe it was a whale that bit the girl. I don't remember if it was a whale or a shark one. There's Joe.
I would guess if it was
Morning.
shallow enough water for her to get bit that she was in the water, it was probably a shark because they come up into the shallows and the whales don't as much.
Oh,
And
look, and
and most
Phoenix.
whales.
Joe and Phoenix are here.
Oh, good morning, Phoenix. I hope you're feeling okay today. Joe, go make her breakfast. She needs to take her medicine. Make sure she eats. Make her breakfast, mister.
Yeah. Oh, I gotta get a hold of Phoenix too later. And because I was trying to let my personal friends know what happened outside of YouTube because I didn't want it on YouTube. And I'll get a hold of Phoenix later.
Okay, she says, start with the coffee, Joe. We're going to ride you about this, man. Get her the coffee, get her the breakfast. Some days you just got to baby your woman.
Joe, he's a good fella. I bet he spoils her rotten because
Oh, I know he does. I
he
just like to
seems
give
like
him
he's just
shit.
that kind of guy. You know what I mean?
Stella, he's my pimp, so I get to give him shit. I
Hmm.
might get smacked for it later, but at least I earned it.
He could be my pimp anytime.
Well, join us then.
There
I'm,
you go.
he's growing quite the harem of older white women.
Well, that's what you're supposed to do, especially older white women with big black flash like I got.
You're roboting again, honey.
Look at my tan, Joe. Hey, I'm almost your color, honey. I got burnt the fuck up the other day. Look. Me and Joe going to be brothers and sisters yet. I keep going. I'm not kidding. No, I got water blisters all over my back and shoulders. I mean, I wasn't in that water more than 30 minutes and I was burnt smooth up.
So I had the surgery that Phoenix had this week. I had when I was 16 years old. Well, almost 16. It's just before my 16th birthday. So I know how
Yeah, I
tough that is
wasn't.
to get
I
through. So
I wasn't even trying. I wasn't trying to get a tan. I'm already plenty dark. I was just swimming, actually floating in my tube. Um, and I mean, I wasn't out. You can't be out there very long at all. And my
I
flip
wish I
flop,
tanned.
Coral brought up flip flop. Uh,
Stella, I
is
can't even tan in a tanning bed. I turn pink. I am
Oh
so
no, I
white
can't get in a
that I
tanning
have
bed because it
pink.
smothers me to death. I think I'm in a coffin.
I have pink and then red. I do not tan. My skin is transparent. Like I don't
Thank
tan.
thank
I
you,
pink and I
Appleseed.
burn.
Yeah, my skin's very well. I'm Native American. I'm naturally a little dark anyway, year round. But if I get out in the sun, I do gain a major, major, major tan. But
Yeah, it's me, Phoenix. This
I'm
is
supposed to
Nikki.
stay out of it because I had that cancer, remember, on my nose, and they told me to, not be in the sun. But I can't listen and take orders from people. I just go do what I do.
So Tracy's like me. She says she can't tan either. I'm just
Uh
one of
huh.
those white people that is just so white. I don't I don't tan. And here's the crazy part is that my sisters and I, according to our birth certificates, have the same father. I wasn't around then, so I can't guarantee my mom didn't mess around with the milkman. My sisters look more like my dad in skin tone. Our father was black, rest his soul. And they're dark. Well, they're mulatto. They're fair skinned, dark, and I'm white like a ghost, like my mother. I mean, I look like the spitting image of my mother. I don't know if you've seen it, Stella. There, I showed a video. Maybe it was here. No, I think it. I can't remember where it was of my mom on Oprah in the '90s. She wasn't actually on the show. She just was in the audience and made a comment.
Yeah, that's
Um,
when I had a skin one of melanomas. They had to take nearly my whole nose off, though. It was a little bitty spot, no bigger
I
than
haven't
a
had skin
pimple.
cancer yet, thank God.
Yeah. Well, it was no bigger than a pimple. But when they got done with it, they took like a big plug, bigger than a nickel, which took most of my nose out, which it's grown back, most of it, all but a little spot. And, but they got it all. They got all the cancer out.
I use sunblock no matter what because I know I don't tan. I'm almost 45 years old.
But
I know
like,
my
see,
body.
there's
So
six of us.
I use sunblock constantly because I can't not.
Well, there's six
The burns
siblings in
hurt.
my family. Me and my two of my brothers are the only three that are really dark. The rest of them are, like Tracy said, bed sheet white. Okay. And I don't, but, and I don't get, I mean, I had the same parents all my life. I know there wasn't no other mixed matches in there, right?
So
And we didn't have a
Stella,
milkman. We had to go milk the cow and make the butter ourselves.
I was being facetious about the milkman, but
I know I'm
but
teasing, but
but El Coro said something and I want you to try and say it 10 times fast. It says my thong tan lines. Can you say that 10 times fast?
no, I can't. My thong tan lines. I can't say it. I can't say it fast anyway. It's too early in the morning to say anything fast.
I just thought that would be funny. My thong tan lines, my thong tan lines, my thong tan. Oh my God, that's hard.
Yeah, that's what they said, Joe. But they got it all. But that's not. I mean, stupid me shouldn't probably even be out in that sun like I do. But the way I look at it, I'm gonna keep living my life like I've always lived my life. I'm not changing it. Because I got had a, now I've got a preppy nose. Yeah. Well, when it healed up, the bottom part of my nose turns up now. So now I've got one of those prep noses. And I tried to get my doctor. I told him, I said, isn't there something you can do? Give me some kind of nose reconstruction or something. I don't want to be a preppy nosed bitch all my life. But he said he laughed at me about it. But he said no. He says best to just leave it alone. I said,
No, no,
okay.
exactly, Appleseed. Exactly, Appleseed. It had to have been the milkman, the plumber, something, or dominant recessive genes is what they say. But I mean, I look like the spitting image of my mother. I have the weird part is my next oldest sister looks exactly like my mother, but as if my mother had a perpetual tan.
Well, I look exactly like my mother, but I've got a tan like my father, if that makes sense. There's Poon. Yeah, we wear our thongs on our feet, Poon.
I
Oh,
neither
Lord.
wear thongs on my feet or my bottom. I find thongs to be uncomfortable. I don't like things poking in between things when I'm walking.
Well, a thong is not a G string. I actually prefer a G string over a thong, but
Right.
you
I
can't
don't like
hardly
either one.
find G strings anymore. I find thongs all the time cheap, at Walmart, but can't find a
The
G
only
string.
time I wear panties, Stella, is when I wear a short skirt. And then I wear granny panties because, I want it. The point of wearing it is if my skirt gets blown up by the wind.
Well, I don't until COVID hit. I got a little more booty now, but you're gonna laugh when I tell you this. But I actually had to go and buy a pair of those panties with the padded ass in them, to make my ass stick out. So when I wore my little low cut jeans, and I'm twerking and shit, my ass looked bigger. Because you ever see a skinny ass bitch try to twerk, your ass looks retarded. It does.
Oh
So
my
I bought
God, Stella.
so I bought a pair of those padded panties. I had to pay about $20 for them suckers too. And
Woman, you're making me laugh.
well, it's the truth. I get out there and dance and carry on all the time.
You're
Yeah,
crazy.
Tracy. And yes, Tracy, when Pangy Wagon, my YouTuber friend I just met, yeah, I was always shaking that ass for him. I
And Phoenix, your
think
cat
I
knows.
embarrassed him
Phoenix, your cat
doing it.
knows you're healing and was coming to care for you. That was a gift for your healing. Your baby loves you. So although it was disgusting and creepy that the mouse got in the bed, recognize at least that your kitty cat sees you. I don't know if it's a boy or a girl, but they know you're hurting and have brought you some food, some sustenance to help you heal. What a wonderful cat.
Yeah, even this my cat that's when it's in Oklahoma, he brought me baby moles and baby stuff he catches, and they actually don't intentionally kill it. They just like to play with it, and they play with it till it dies. Okay, they're
Well,
just playing.
and they bring it to you by way of offering because you feed them. So
Yeah.
they're bringing something back to you. It's an
So I
offering.
stepped
And
out of the camper one morning, and the rug in front of the camper there laid this little dead. I think it was one of those moles. It wasn't a rat or a mouse, but it looked like a mole because it had those funny teeth, like a mole, like a baby mole has.
like my cats leave me presents like right at the foot of my bed where my little rug is where I get up in the morning. That's where they'll leave me a little bird or a little mouse or a little vole or just a little, hey mom,
That's
we got you
that's what they
something.
do. They baby Huey it to death, Coro. But they don't really intend. Cats aren't vicious animals. They don't intend to kill the mouse or whatever it is they caught. They just want to play with it, and they'll bat it back and forth and put their paw on it, hold it down, let it go, catch it again.
And I think
They
that's
do
what
that
makes
until it's
them
dead.
vicious. That's
They
what I
just
think makes them vicious, Stella, is that they will play with it rather than kill it.
Yeah, but that's what they do. They're just playing with it.
Right, but you said it's not vicious. I think that's what makes them vicious is that their play is torture to the other animal.
And it landed in Joe's shoe. She brought it.
Perfect.
Oh, well, that ain't nothing. I found this. I've had a dead rat in my van forever, smelling, and couldn't find it nowhere. And I think it was up in the dash. And the other day, I was stopped at me and Pangy stopped at Walmart. That last time we were together, we went in Walmart, and when I came back out, there was a dead rat. It must have fell out, and I didn't see it when I got out. When went to get back in, I saw it. But there was that dead stinking rat that had been in there forever, stinging me, and I couldn't find it. It was under.
You're roboting again, babe.
I know what I'm. I'll fix it. Go ahead and talk while I fix it.
But I never liked cats. I've always been a dog person. I had a I wasn't raised with my biological sisters. They were given up for adoption before I was born. It was a weird situation. But I have a adopted sister who's a few years older than me, and she always had cats, and I hated cats, and I had to put up with her cats, and I have allergy to them, and I've always hated them, and I used to disappear her cats. I admit that now. I didn't back then, but I used to disappear her cats, and now we have two cats that are my partners, and it's the weirdest thing. I love these cats so much. I don't even like I didn't even know why I didn't like cats before. Even with my allergies, I have these cats are like they're like family members. It's weird. Because I've always been a dog person. Me and my dogs are tight, dude. Like my dogs are my people. I don't know. Some people can do both, and I'm trying to learn to do both, but I still love my dogs more. Were they given away for looking more African American? No, Appleseed. My three brothers were killed in a car accident, and my mother lost her mind, and she went into an institution because she lost her mind. And the state gave her other two children up for adoption while she was under the care of the state.
Well, were any of you up last night to see this moon? The moon, and it wasn't red very long because I watched it, okay? But for a period of time, it was blood red. I tried to get a picture of it, but on my camera lens, it just comes out white. The moon
Yeah,
last
that you
night.
have to have the right filter to pick up those kind of hues in the
Well,
atmosphere
I
that change the
tried
color of the moon.
through the trees, but why was it blood red last night? That was very odd. And it wasn't blood red for very long, only for a short period of time.
It was
Also,
something in the
I thought
atmosphere,
that was
Stella, and you're
strange.
still roboting, babe.
I'm going to refresh. Just stay there and keep talking. I'll be back.
Okay, I'll chat with your chats. Yeah, it was a pretty tragic story, Appleseed. I never met them. It was before I was born. Um, so I mean, I actually didn't believe those stories. I thought my mom was crazy. She raised me telling me I had five brothers and sisters, that the three brothers had died, and I had these two sisters in California, and I thought my mom was kind of cuckoo, and I didn't believe her. And then when I was in my 20s, I was sitting on the couch one day and I got a phone call, and it was my sister from California saying she had found us and wanted to meet us. And so we went out to California for the first time in my life, and I saw the ocean for the first time in my life, and I met my two sisters, and we visited my brother's graves. It was a pretty eye-opening experience for me because I had spent my life thinking my mother had some form of mental illness about this life before me, and then all of these things fell into place that like I
Hello?
suddenly had to accept my mom was the tragedy she claimed to be.
Okay.
Anyway, there's
Now
some
let's
deep
try.
psychology of
Oh,
Nikki. Hello, Stella. Are you good now?
I hope so. See, when I came back,
Sounds
I had
better.
no. I was feeling me a cutie because I need my vitamin C bad right now. So I've been eating me one of these cuties every morning, little orange.
Yeah, I
Mm,
don't do much fruit, Stella. I
I love fruit.
I mean I keep fruit in the house and I eat some, but I don't do much fruit. I get my vitamin C from vegetables like peppers.
Yeah, but I'm living out in my van right now, you know.
Well, I eat a lot of green chili. I'm from New Mexico. I mean, I put green chili on the table with almost everything I put on the table.
I didn't even go get breakfast this morning. I'm gonna wait and go get lunch when I go out. After a while, I gotta go. I'm gonna go to the dollar store and get that antifreeze and oil. This my projects for today is to get my all my fluids checked and changed, and to uh, I'm gonna get my shower later on this evening when I get back and get all that done. That way, I'm all fresh for tomorrow, so I can get up in the morning early and leave out and get my chores done that I got to go do. Because I got to go do something about this phone, and then I've got that other deal to go to.
So how long are you staying there after the other deal, or are you taking off to the other property pretty soon?
All I say, I have my doctor appointment's not till the 20th, and then of course they will get my prescriptions and stuff called in, so I can pick those up the next day. And then after that, unless I have to stay longer, because of my swelling foot thing that I got to get them to look into, which I don't know about yet. I'm gonna try to leave then unless I have to stay longer for medical stuff. I've got something sticking through my flop. Oh, it's a piece of wire. Look, I'm gonna show you. Look, I kept feeling something poking me in the foot. I want. I just went over to give my dog his treats. Look, and I got a piece of wire in my shoe that's coming through on this other side. See it? Wherever it's at, right there. I kept feeling something poking my foot. I thought it was just a stick, the dang piece of wire.
So,
Well, my
Liz,
good
where I'm
flops
where I
broke
was
in
raised,
the lake. Ah, I pulled it out.
where I was raised, Liz, green chili is signature here. It's like if you don't eat green chili, you're not New Mexican. Like even my kids eat green chili. It's just part of I don't know. It's the culture, I guess.
Yeah, that's the hot one, isn't it?
Um, Phoenix, in my experience, if you're starting to get some swelling, I would number one, I would get a call into your nurse. Secondly, I would try to move. I know it's painful, but try to walk around the house a bit. Get some walking in. That really helped me. But generally speaking, if it's severe swelling, if it's minor swelling, just try and get to move around, get your circulation going better again. But if
It's
it's
your
severe
blood.
swelling,
It's not getting enough
get a hold of
oxygen
the
in
the,
the
the
blood.
nurse immediately, because it could be important.
Well, I had a subdural hematoma after my surgery. When I had my hip replaced, it was the size of two grapefruits sticking out on the side of my hip. It freaked me out. I went straight down to the doctor. I said, "Man," I said, "what is this?" I said, "Yeah." And he told me that I had to lay around and let them dissolve. So that's
Who's
when I
yelling at you,
that's
Phoenix?
when I had to be
Because you need to move.
bedridden, right?
You need to move. Yeah, with if it's nothing big, like if it's a small subdural hematoma, they usually just want to let it naturally dissipate. But if it becomes a problem, like if you're experiencing actual like
They
uh
told they that
real swelling,
they
like
won't even do nothing to it for a year. But
if your
I'm gonna
feet
tell
are
you, I had a
ballooning
niece that
and you
died
want to,
because her subdural hematoma bursted and went straight to her heart, killed her instantly.
so I've had an ovary removed. I've had a complete hysterectomy. Um, I've had my tubes tied twice, so I've had quite a bit of surgery done. I mean, the complete hysterectomy was at the end. Put that out of order, but I've had quite a bit of surgery done in that area, and in my experience, the more you move around, the less swelling you'll get, the better you'll feel, the faster you'll heal. Um, my mom had her hysterectomy at a young age after having me, and she would make me walk after I had my surgery. She was like, "No, you got to get up and walk. If you lay down, you're not going to heal as fast. And I healed quickly with all of my surgeries. And I'm
Me
not talking about go walk a mile. I'm like talking like 5 times around the house, and then, taking breaks during the day.
too. After my back surgery, I mean, I couldn't even walk. I had to actually hang on. I didn't have room to get a walker down my hallway. I had to actually walk down my mobile home holding onto the walls to get to the bathroom.
If you can feel the pressure from the swelling, Phoenix, get a hold of your nurse. I am not a medical professional, but anytime there's edema like that, you should talk to your nurse because it could be indicative of something that I'm not educated enough to tell you about. So I would definitely get a call in if you're having swelling so much in your feet that you feel like the Stay Puffed Marshmallow Man. If you can feel that pressure from the swelling, that's enough to make a call. At the very least, it'll alleviate any worries you have, which will help the swelling go away.
Well, that's the way my left foot's been lately. And, but I honestly, I think it's the gout again, the gout on mine because mine's my foot, and it's the same foot it's not the other foot, but the left foot. And that's the one I get the gout in. And you can feel when you try to move my feet, my ankles, you can feel the ankles hurting. And down there where the gout is, right below my toes, between my toes and my ankle. So I think mine's the gout. But I forgot I usually bring my bag. I've got a bag of dried cherries. They're kind of like raisins that I eat, for that. And I
Just,
left them in my camper. I forgot to bring them with me.
I was going to suggest cherry juice because my dad, rest his soul, my stepdad who raised me, he
Uh-huh.
had gout bad, and we would always go get him cherry juice from the ranch, and it would knock it right out.
Oh yeah, I eat like I said, the ones I eat, they look like raisins. They're called dried cherries. And yeah, that's what you got to have. You got to eat cherries. For some reason, the only thing that will heal gout, and it'll come back due to the foods you eat. So I've been eating a lot of protein lately because when you're camping and everybody's barbecuing and you're eating all this meat and stuff and all this protein, and then my protein is high in my urine. So I've had my urine looks like it's got blood in it, right? Because my protein's so high in my urine. But it's all because I'm eating different because I'm on the road, you know?
Well, if you're spilling proteins, just get some more turmeric in your diet. It'll help.
Mm-hmm. Well, see, I put that kind of stuff. I've got a bottle with me. I got every kind of spice in the world.
Yeah, turmeric tastes really good on beef. If you've been eating a lot of meat, like if you're eating a hamburger, sprinkle some turmeric on the top of the hamburger.
Yeah, it's good. Turmeric's good. I use that for a medical thing too, for like even external wounds and shit. Um,
Good morning, Princess Nikki. Good morning, Tokaya.
oh, good morning. Yeah, good morning, my princess. And there's Southern Belle. Hang on, I gotta check, make sure Southern Belle's got her wrench. I don't know who's got because I took the wrenches and I've been giving them all back. Yeah, she's got it. Okay. I just want to make sure everybody's got the wrench.
I got to get off my ass here in a few and go do some more work on that greenhouse frame now that it's cool.
It was cool. It was actually cooler yesterday, and it got cool in the night. It was in the 70s last night, and I was actually freezing. I had to get my Pansy had gave me this blanket thing. I forget what it's called. It's got a name. Okay, it's not a blanket, but it's a quilted type thing that you put in your sleeping bag with you. I guess. Anyway, but I got that wrapped up in it last night.
Yeah, I'm losing you again, hun.
But it was just in the 70s and I was freezing. Am I back? Hello? Don't let me go. See if I can
Wait,
fix
now I
it
hear
again.
you. What? Hello.
Oh. Am I back? All right. No, it's
Yeah,
this
there
phone.
you
I'm telling you, I'm going down tomorrow and I'm shoving this phone. If they don't give me a new phone, I'm gonna shove it in that dude's ass. I'm gonna boof him right there. I've been bad lately, bad. I went in that lawyer's office, girl, and honestly, I'm surprised they didn't call and have me arrested the way I went in there going off on them. Um, I was threatening them, you know, if you want me to, I'll just go right over here to this courthouse. I'll march right in there and wait till the judge gets done with his cases, and I'll go in there and have him straighten this shit out. I mean, I'm just da 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 da. I've been kind of mean. I've been kind of mean the last couple days.
I can fully understand, and I think it's acceptable, dear. Just my opinion. I think it's fully acceptable, and I, if you want to be mean to me, I'm here.
Oh no, no, I'm the real life people. Um, but I think we're going to get rain. Last here morning bad.
It, it keeps happening, hon. I don't know. And then I don't know if it's you or me because I have bad internet too. So then I'm like, well, is it because of me or is she actually robot?
The Phoenix, no, it's me. When I around icon. So have a great day, honey. I hope you get feeling better. I really love her. I need to call you late. If I think I have your number, Phoenix. I'm not sure. I think I do, but I gotta let Phoenix know what's going on. I haven't even told her yet. I've been trying to let certain selected people know, what's up. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah,
Well,
but
Phoenix,
she,
if you can, move as much as you can. Don't let them put you in a bed. Move as much as you can. Those muscles need to heal. So I see your avatar moving, Stella, but I cannot hear you when you were talking.
huh, that's weird. See, and I start talking, but that ring on my avatar isn't moving for a minute after I start talking. So like I said, sometimes I don't have any trouble out of it, and then sometimes it just starts doing it. Yeah, text me, Phoenix, and I'll call you back when I get off the stream because it's very important. Yeah, I tried to let a lot of the people in here know, but some don't. I'm only letting certain ones know.
That's
Um,
why I'm glad when the event happened you didn't have service to stream it because then everybody would know.
oh, it would have definitely been right on the live stream. It would have because I did video it. I did video it
Well,
because
that's I mean
I,
that's
I was taking videos,
that's
which I
good
haven't.
for
I put a couple of little clippers up there, so that's all I put up.
that's
That's
good
it.
for information purposes to have that videoed, but I'm really glad it wasn't shared, Stella. I mean that's just my opinion. I think you're better off that
But
it
I
wasn't
did.
shared.
Yeah, I did. I did do that. Believe me. But I did video it. I mean, you could see everything too. It's bad.
Yeah, you keep roboting, hun. I don't know if maybe you want to restart the stream or something, reboot your phone. Because I know if I restart my phone when
Now,
I'm roboting, it gets better.
and keep fixing it. I'm just going to keep fixing it. I fixed it again just then. I'll keep doing it. But like I said, I look up here every time I have to fix it. It's back on that damn 5G again. 5G, 5G. That's what's doing it. It's the damn no. The phone company's wanting me to buy a new phone. I know what it is. They do this every freaking time. It's time for me to, in their mind, it's time for me to buy a new phone, right? Every year or two, about every 2 years or whatever. This one I've only had for about a year. Usually they wait 2 years before they start this mess. But it does it every time. It happened with every phone up I've ever had.
Mine usually
But yeah,
throttles
I'm
it
I'm
like
I'm actually sitting. I'm sitting in my chair. The lady at the bank I showed you the other day gave me this beautiful chair, and it's a lounge that you can kick it back, prop my feet up in
you're
the
roboting
corner.
again, hun. I can't understand you. Welcome to the chats, Ray Tardot. I don't know if I'm saying that correct. I'm not French. I don't speak French, but greetings from the U.S. and welcomes to Stella's van travels. She's having some technical difficulties today, as you can hear, but I think she'll get it straightened out. And I didn't see you come in, Southern Belle. It's good to see you, lady. And ooh, Eye Candy just popped his eyes in. Maybe Stella will drop the link. If he's not at work, he'll come up and regale us with some more humor. Now that Phoenix left, so we're not making her laugh and hurt.
Well, no, I went over to give her ranch. There's AC. I've been trying to call you, AC, and you don't never answer my freaking calls. I had something that didn't have anything to do with YouTube to tell you.
Yeah, some things are better said on a phone call as opposed through messaging.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, I've been trying to get a hold of him, but he didn't answer my calls. I waited till he got over his live streams too, because I didn't want to call during those. So yes, Coro, I porn bombed myself and I got off and it was really good. And I just don't want the whole world knowing about it, honey. That was supposed to be our secret.
So I was in town the other day, just minding my business, doing a little bit of car shopping, which really sucked. And we went to eat. And this guy comes up to the window at the restaurant and exposes himself to me, my daughter, and my partner. Luckily, the little girls were at home with my son. They hadn't gone shopping with us. They didn't want to deal with the car shopping. And my daughter was like traumatized. Like me, I was like, whatever. I just kept eating. Like, didn't even. And my daughter like freaked out. And it just made me think of the generational differences. Like, women our age are used to being sexually harassed, and like Southern Belle was saying, she has all this anger pent up. Well, women of a certain age, we were especially white women, were taught not to show our anger and to be ladylike and to, to ignore vulgarity as opposed to oppose it. And my daughter was so vocal. She got the manager, she wanted the cops called. The manager got security who got the person out of there. It was just a drunk, homeless, mentally ill person.
Well,
Um,
yeah.
and but I just saw that difference in the generations of women. Like, my daughter was like ready to stand up for her rights, that this is bullshit, you can't sexually harass me like that. And me, I was just like, whatever, I'm gonna keep eating.
That's the way I am. I don't care. He wants to go in, just go ask what you want. I'll stop asking more. I'll see more. You've probably seen in your life. Oh, it's just these loungers. They're okay once you get them cocked back. There we go.
Like, I mean, I was a bartender for a lot of years too, and a waitress. And I don't know, I just, like, my daughter was a waitress, and she had one of her bosses sexually harass her, and she went to the corporate offices and she made like a big stink. And me, I've always been the type who if anything, I just throw it back at them, like, and it blows me away to watch this new generation of girls, how they're like, no, fuck you. You're not going to talk to me like that.
Yeah, it's just a different generation. You're a little different. My daughter would have probably reached out there and yanked his penis and just twisted it off.
Well, mine wanted him to be put into cuffs and taken away. She was very, very upset that he felt the liberty to do that. And me, I didn't, I was just like, that's not worth looking at, you know? But I think it is generational. I think that like we were raised where you let things slide and you just ignored it, and it would, in our minds it would go away if you didn't give it attention. Our moms always taught us that that boy that pulled your hair was the one who liked you. um so we were told to give that uncle a hug whether we liked it or not, even if he creeped us out. And I didn't do any of that with my kids. I never, if a boy pulled their hair, I told him to punch him in the face. I never said, oh, he likes you. My mom tried to tell my kids that, and I'm like, if he likes you, he'll treat you right. Anybody who wants to hit you or pull your hair doesn't like you. So I
Our
noticed a
country, yeah, our country is moving backward. It is.
so I was gonna say, I noticed a statement that our country is moving backward, and I saw a meme yesterday that said, "Okay, if we're gonna go backward, I want to go all the way back. Us women no want to work no mo."
Oh no. Well, you go back too far, and the women did a lot of the work too. The women were out there picking cotton, and baling hay, throwing hay on the wagons, that
No,
kind of thing.
we don't want to work for the corporations. It used to be in the 50s, one person could work for the corporate America and support the whole family. Now, even with two people working, you can't support a family. You can barely support yourselves.
I had to work at least 2 to 3 jobs a day to support my children as a single parent, okay? I could not even survive, and I made good money on the original job, the full-time job, the day job, but I had to get a night job, then I had to, pick up selling Avon and little things like that on the side also as another job,
I wasn't
just
even
to
alone, Stella, and my husband worked two full-time, well-paying jobs. He was a mechanic during the day at a dealership, and then he was a medical marijuana grower at night at a dispensary in Colorado. Plus, I worked and went to school. So I know what you're saying. Like, it doesn't these days, even with two people working more than one job, you cannot get ahead. You can barely maintain and keep your head
that's
above water.
all I wanted to make sure my children had nice things. You know, it's peer pressure in schools. That's what causes a lot of issues like grades. Because I don't want my kids going to school wearing clothing and stuff from a thrift store and being made fun of. So I made sure they had nice things, name brand clothing, name brand shoes, so that when they went to school, they weren't made fun of. Because I know how cruel kids at school can be.
Yeah, that's how we raised our kids too. But I'm telling you, with two parents, we had to work, between us at least three jobs. It's and so if we're gonna start going backwards, let's go back where the corporations only get the labor of one of us for a living.
Yeah, today's going to be one of those overcast days. that sky has got that like cloud cover. You could see it already over it. And that's the one when that sun is the most dangerous.
Belle
So
says you're going to make the cell phone guy your new antenna.
I will if you don't damn I'll take his damn penis from a temple around the damn head.
I wish I didn't lose half of everything you say, Stella.
Well, Coro's correct.
well, like I said, there is a line. Like, I shouldn't have been tolerant of some guy exposing himself to us. But these girls, if a guy even acts a little bit too much, they go off. Like, I don't know. I don't get it. It's there's a line, but sometimes the line is drawn too far. Oh yes, cake in the morning. It makes me think of Bill Cosby.
Oh, I
Whenever
wish
I
I
think
had
of
some cake. Cake
whenever I
with
think of cake for breakfast, I think of Bill Cosby.
see, I there it came. My sound just stops. It just pauses. That's got to be something wrong in this phone because that little icon should start flashing as soon as I speak, and it's not doing it. Talk sometimes nothing comes through because I can see the ring around my icon not moving.
You're not allowed to say that, Southern Belle. You can't say it's manly. Like, remember, we don't have gender uh, roles anymore. We're gender non-binary society, which means anybody can have any kind
Oh,
of characteristics, right?
on Shockwave, I've reset my network. I don't know, probably. I reset it several times a day, every day. It just started doing this since I got to the state of Arkansas. I had no issues while I was in Oklahoma or any other states, okay? Only here. And it's the 5G fighting the 4G LTE or whatever it is for the signal. And there's no 5G here. And there's no way to shut it off in this phone. Everybody keeps telling me, oh, there's a setting. Well, no, there's not. Believe me, I done been through it. Even
So,
I would argue with the phone company one day. So I let them go into my phone remotely. And oh, well, yeah, you're right. It's not there. You know, it's what they ended up saying.
so Queen of YouTube, you should try it sometime sober and see if you really like it. And Phoenix, while I agree with you, and a lot of our generation do, that's not the world that our adult kids live in. Um, I My daughter has convinced me quite a bit to be a little bit more understanding of this generation because, well, fuck, we raised them.
Yep. Well, I understand them, but I just don't, you know, uh, men that, I know there's
But
nothing wrong with it,
being
you know what I'm saying? But men that think they're women and women that think they're men, you know,
understanding and agreeing are different things. I
yeah,
understand more understanding, but I definitely don't agree with a lot of the concepts that are coming to the forefront now.
yes, and to get angry if you don't use the proper pronoun, you know, like it's a girl, but she's a guy now, but they want you to make sure you call her Mister and not ma'am, even though she's got great old big gigantic boobs out there, right? They still want you to call her sir or whatever, Mister. They, them, he, she. the pronouns. I've got yelled at over pronouns so many times it ain't funny. And, oh well, spank me. I'm bad.
So my first serious
A-
relationship
And
after
I don't care what anybody does.
my first serious relationship after my second husband died, he moved away to go be with his kids in another state, and I was not going to move with him, so we split up. Well, they go to this other state, and um, his daughter decides she wants to be his son, and he fights it in court, and his wife wins to put his 11-year-old daughter on hormones to be a boy, and now she's a young man.
I have a granddaughter that's legally married to a female. So, like I said, I'm not, you know, I don't have any issues with it. It's just I don't get it. But
I
she
well,
al-
it
she
pissed
already had 4 children.
me off that
Okay,
they put an
she did
11-year-old
she
child
did
on
the
hormones.
female thing her whole life, and now she's with. I, I'm not. I still think she's the female of the two, if that makes sense.
No, I get what you're saying. Yeah,
Yeah.
I just think that I think that that's fine and dandy what everybody wants to do, but to how far in your delusion do I have to crawl? I mean, like,
They actually got legally married, though.
well, yeah,
So
that's
yeah.
the thing now, and I don't have a problem with anybody doing what they want to do, even if it's a transition. My problem is until you've transitioned, if I make a mistake and say sir when you're a ma'am, just say, hey, could you call me ma'am? And I probably will, because like Stella, if you told me your name is Stella, right? But I always wanted to call you Estella, that would be rude because it's not your name. So if they
Well,
want to be
yeah, but
called sir or ma'am, whatever the
In
fuck.
Spanish, it's actually pronounced Estella.
But I am never ever in my life going
Right.
to see you in my mind as a woman if you're a man. I'm not. You can't make me.
Mhm. But I've had some Spanish people that will say Estella, because in Spanish, Hispanic, it is pronounced just Estella.
Yeah, yeah. That's what I was saying though. But like if I were to constantly call you a way you didn't want to be called, is what I was implying. Like my name
Yeah.
is Nikki. And
I
if
don't.
people were to
I've got some trans friends, here. Well, actually, my best trans friend moved to Vegas because they do a show, and they opened a trans club there in Vegas. But I mean, I used to loan this guy my clothes and shoes and all kinds of stuff, when he was here.
so
Which I don't care. I don't really care who does what. Doesn't bother me in the least.
I got something to say about the bathrooms personally, and it's our bathrooms in our home are both sexes. And women's bathrooms have all stalls. Like, as long as there's stalls in the bathroom, I don't care who's in the bathroom. They're just using the bathroom. And the thing is, um, the things that people talk about that could negatively happen in a bathroom because of a man being in there already happen in bathrooms. They happen on the subway with witnesses watching and people pull out their cameras instead of using their phone to call 911. I
Yeah,
mean, this
they
is the
have those
world we live
co-ed
in.
bathrooms in the casinos now, I've noticed.
I always took my son into the girls' bathroom with me when he was a little boy. I don't see any difference in men and women in the bathroom. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. If you're worried about the R word, it happens now with segregated bathrooms. In
Well,
fact,
I've
I think if
actually
we
went
had
and used the men's
desegregated bathrooms, it would
I have
happen
used the
less.
men's happy, because like if the female bathroom was out of order, it didn't bother me at all to go in and use the men's restroom.
Yeah,
I've
that's
done it
what I
many
mean. Like
times.
it's I don't know. I that one issue I don't agree with at all because people who rape are going to do it anyway. And the thing is our society doesn't stop it already. And I don't see how having co-ed bathrooms is going to make it any worse than
No,
it
and normally
already
they're not
is.
going to go rape in a co-ed bathroom. They're gonna break into somebody's home and go in their home because they want that personal. A rapist wants that personal.
Well, there
fact.
are rapes in bathrooms, Stella, but
Yeah,
it's
but not as
typically
not
in
as much as
women's
there is
bathrooms.
inside somebody's home. Okay, I don't hardly ever see them on the news in it being raped in a restroom. But most of your rapes that I see in the news are in people's homes where they want to take you. The rapist wants to take you into your bedroom, right? Into your bed, your personal bed, and do it. You know,
Phoenix, and this is something that really gets me around the streets about that particular thing you brought up. You never know if they're a child predator or what background they have. Did you know that there are as many women on sex offender lists for child predators as men? In some states, there's more women. Um, in fact, older women prey on young men often. So you can't, you know, aunties abuse kids as much as uncles. We always talk about the men doing it, but women do it too. So when you go into a public restroom, you don't know who's in there. It's a public restroom.
well, there is something I really wish they would change up in the laws about the registered sex offender thing, because they catch somebody peeing outside and they're charged as being a registered sex offender, and they have to report as a registered sex offender, for the rest of their life or however long it is. And I wish there was a way they could split that law up to separate real sex offenders from people that get caught peeing behind a tree. You know what I'm saying? Because there's a difference. It's
No,
not a
no,
sex
I'm with
offender
you.
if somebody has to go to the bathroom, you
I have
know?
a buddy. I have a buddy. His wife was uh, 8 months younger than him, not 6 months younger than when they had their first child, and they weren't married yet. And that in our state was statutory rape because of their ages. They were more than six
I've
months
got a
apart.
friend in the same situation. To
And
this day, he has to report as
he
a sex
has
offender,
he's
and they're
married to
married
this
with a
woman.
child.
Yeah, he's married to this woman and they have like 5 kids.
Yes,
And
that's
he's
what I'm
registered as
saying.
a sex offender because they had a baby together.
Right, and they have to report just like as if they did something sexually to somebody that against their will. In other words, and
Well, like he
that's
lives
what I'm
with his
talking about. Though
he
that
lives with
law
his
needs
six
to be
children, and
edited. It needs
people
to be
call all the
edited.
time. People call the cops all the time because they see that he's on the registry and there are kids going in and out of his house.
Right.
So I mean the cops don't even show up anymore because I mean it's been years and years, but every time they've moved they've had to resettle into where he had to re-register and everybody's calling the cops because his kids are in and out of his house.
Yeah, I'm not no religious person either to get something does all that church, but I've always let my children make their own decisions. My daughter went to church yesterday, you know. Uh, if my kids even when they were children and little children, if they wanted to go to church, you know, I allowed them to go to church. Do what you want to do, you know.
So last year my 11-year-old was a Christian. She went to Christian summer camp. She'd been going to church and Bible study with her friends after school. Like she was really into it, and I respected that. I am not a Christian. Um, so we let her go to a sleepover camp for Christians, and she came back after camp and she said, "Mom, it doesn't make sense." And I said, "What?" She said, "Any of it." And I said, "What do you mean?" She said, "Well, I finally got them reading from the actual Bible and not just the children's stories, and it just doesn't like it, there's no logic in it." And I said, "Well, you have to make that decision for yourself." She said, "Well, I guess I'm not Christian anymore, Mom. I don't want to have to go through a man to get to God." God, I wish you weren't roboty. keep losing you. I don't hear you at all. I don't know if you're losing sound or
I
not talking. And then when you do talk, it's a robot. It's
Is that they got robotic? Because that's what sounds
it's not even roboting. It's like a syllable here, a syllable there. It's like really bad. Oh, look, I'm up here. So let's see who's down here. No, I respect that, Phoenix, a personal relationship. But like my daughter's freak out was that they told her she could only go to God through Jesus. And she was like, but Jesus was a man, like he was human. Why would I go to God through another human, especially a man? Like, so, I mean, but she disabused herself of that on her own. I didn't do it to her. I didn't, Phoenix. I'll have to check it out. I have been working in my yard. If you can hear, my voice is a little raw because I've been out in the sun for days. Well, we kind of heard you there
Can y'all hear
almost.
me?
Nearly can we can hear but not understand, dear.
I'm not hearing anything.
Yeah, I really think you're gonna have to restart the phone, hun. That would be my suggestion because it just keeps getting
I'm
worse.
Do my fluids on my bed.
So put a one in the chats if you can understand her so I know if it's just me because I got none of that. Put a two if you can't understand her. Well, I don't see anyone, so I assume I'm not the only one who can't understand you, Stella. I don't know if you can hear me. But perhaps I should drop down and you should restart your phone.
I'll try to be back. Maybe day after tomorrow. I'll try to go live again.